Alright, welcome back to CW's Garage. Here's what we're going to be working on today. I need to add oil to it, put coolant and water into it, put fuel in it, and we might try to fire it up. Sorry, I got a white spot in my eyes from looking at the LED light. My buddy Jeff's going to come over and kind of lend a hand. Just keep on trying. All right, my buddy Jeff's here, and Jacob. We're gonna try to start the truck for the first time. Jeff and I, we just topped off the fluids and stuff, so let's just see what it does.
Hopefully no leaks. Hell yeah, no leaks. Started right up.
What a feat! Now we gotta get some exhaust on the damn thing.
I was gonna do the old wrench tapping on the radiator support.
Yeah.
To mess with you.
Couldn't find a wrench fast enough.
Well, no, the header is not having.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to hear it anyway.
You wouldn't be able to hear it anyway.
Yeah. All right. So it starts and runs. Thank you for helping. Not you. You didn't really do anything. Just ran your mouth. Just run your mouth. All right. Now we got to wrap it up. Finish the truck so we can work on Jeff's Mercury soon.
Well, we should be able to finish this today.
Yeah. By the end of the day, no doubt.
Yeah.
Probably 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yeah.
10 minutes. That's all it ever takes.
It'll be 10 minutes for y'all watching.
Yeah.
So my plan is to build my own exhaust system for the truck because I'm cheap and heck, I've always wanted to do it anyway, and I know how to weld okay-ish. I know how to weld enough to stick some exhaust together. I'm not building a roll cage for a 9-second car or anything like that, so don't worry about that. DIY budget exhaust. All right, here's where we're at. I bought this kit for I think it's $100. Came with two straights, 2 90s, 2 45s, and 2 U's, which you can make those into, you know, whatever you want to do. 4 foot, yeah, 4 foot pieces of straight pipe. This is 2.5 inch. I already started kind of tinkering with it a little bit, and I was like, you know what? I couldn't find anybody showing how to do this or giving a good explanation of what they did. I'm using the factory transmission crossmember, which kind of complicates things. It's not cut out for dual exhaust, okay? So what we're having to do is come up and over the crossmember on one side, and it'll be down below the crossmember on the other side. We'll roll down under the truck, and I'll kind of show you what we're doing there. I bought collector pipes with oxygen sensor bungs already in them. They were $90 on eBay, I think, something like that, to go with my $150 eBay manifolds. My goal is I want to try to use this collector. That's why I bought another Y. That Y was 18 bucks, so I'll weld that collector on, and we'll see if I can use this. Maybe I'll use part of this, at least use the Flowmaster. This runs right into the transmission crossmember, right here. That is like right in the damn middle of it. I made this piece out of one of the U's. I cut it in half and then trimmed it up as needed and then tacked it. So that's gonna come up and about where you are in my way. So you see here, it's gonna connect there. I made a little marks on there with the Sharpie, just kind of give me an idea where they need to be, and then it'll come up over the cross member there. I just stuck this drive shaft in. This is the original drive shaft, just so I'll know where the drive shaft is, so I can try to avoid it. Whenever I get this in, I'll be able to tighten that down, and then I can kind of place it more center and make sure it's away from everything. But in the meantime, this is kind of a gist of where it's going to be going. Let's see. So I'm going to pull that back down, and we'll tack it and then kind of test fit it, and then we can start working on the driver's side. All right, so I got that one clamped up in the vise just to hold it in place. See, I got this little mark, little Sharpie mark there, just kind of a reference. Like that already. Just grind them off of this one side at least. Let's try that over again. Alright, let's go back down there and see how this fits up. Okay, see if this will shoehorn in here. Alright. Okay, that's got a lot of clearance there. I'm liking that. I'm looking and I'm a liking.
I'm a looking and I'm a liking.
Yeah, about right there. I think that's good. Alright, so that piece is kind of in place. I guess we'll start working on the old dribber side. See what kind of clearance issues we'll have over here, huh? You know it's bound to happen. Okay, maybe not. Probably cut some of that slip side off just so it can, because it's getting like right to the oxygen sensor bung. I wish I'd put those a little further up. So that puts us there. Okay. This will obviously have to be shorter. Yeah, we'll like to keep it on this side, so we'll cross it over to the Y here. So we need to kind of figure out where our Y is going to be. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. We got our Y pipe over here. We're gonna make our crossover come over right here-ish. So what I'm gonna do, I need to get tape measure, and I'll measure this between these here, and we'll just go ahead and hook the Y pipe up to the passenger side and kind of get an idea where we're gonna have to cut this straight piece for the driver's side. Dang, it's so close. L bracket, or the 90 almost meets the collector, but it's gonna hit the transmission. That's just the way it goes, I guess. Oh, so close. Yeah, look at that. So close, yet so far. I think coming off of here, going into the Y pipe, or whatever we connect to the Y pipe, I'm gonna put a hose clamp up here just to make it easier to remove the exhaust when you need to. You're in my way. Watch your head. About right here. Just get a rough estimate there. Where'd the tape measure go? Oh, right here. Okay. So we want about, let's just call it 11 inches. So watch your head. All right, we'll get our straight piece that we're using over there and cut 11 inches out of it. Then we can get an idea how much we need to cut out for the other side. All right, we got our little 11-inch piece there. This is the wrong way. Okay. No, that's the right way. I'm just looking at it upside down, I guess. I have to cut some of this off of this 90 here too. Oh, sorry about that. Watch yourself there, camera. I guess I'll move you out of the line of fire. Okay. Yeah, we need to cut about 2 inches out of this so it could slip up into that sleeve some more. And then we can kind of get our idea of what we want the other one to be. Do that real quick. Just knocking things off. Okay. That's where we're at, just knocking stuff off of it. Slip that out about right there. That lines up pretty dang close there. Just kind of let it sit there. Pretty close. I'll just have to get a little short piece there. It'll be, you know, obviously sucked up a little bit better than that, but okay. Let me measure that out. That's 8.5, and I might have to cut some of that slip side off. Just say that'll be 2 1/4 off of the slip end. All right, let me go do that. All right, got that piece in there. Ended up being about a 7.5-inch piece right there. And we come up, we're clearing the drive shaft, clearing the transmission. Maybe able to kick it down a little bit. And just kick that little guy down. It's looking halfway decent. We will get the marker out and mark these pipes and tack them in how we want them. All right, we got this at the angle we wanted it. Probably helps if I turn the welder on. Got my mark there. Line up with this mark here. We will go down there and fit it on again for the 11th time. Finagle it in place. I hadn't tacked that on yet, so I just kind of wanted to know where I need to kick it up, I guess you'd say. What do you think? Think it'll do exhaust stuff, maybe? All right, here's where we're at. I got the flanges cut off of the factory exhaust and a little bit of the piping cut off, so I'm gonna kind of butt this up a little bit, and then we will get back under there and see how this fits so that we know where to put the muffler. I got this kind of shooting upward a little bit, so kind of whenever we tighten it down, it'll pull the muffler up some, you know. I think once it's tight in that position, it'll kick it up to the level I want it to. Let me grab the muffler and we can kind of wrestle it a little bit. Just get a rough idea. Oh, heck, I gotta cut the damn thing off. That'll work. Kick it up a little bit to clear those parking brake cables. Okay, all right. Well, let me try to clean this muffler up real quick so I can slide the pipe in there. Yeah, I'm gonna drag the welder over here and see if we can't just a couple places just to hold it where we want it. All right, see what we can do. God dang it. Alright, I'll pull all this back off and then we'll take it over the bench and stitch it up a little bit at a time. But then we get to figure out hangers, so that's fun. Well, we're kind of getting somewhere. May not be the prettiest exhaust system, but it's going to function. And it's, like I said, budget. Not too bad for a guy leaning on his back trying to put exhaust on a truck. A smart guy would have wire brushed this first. It's harder to get these welds whenever they're butt welds. Just trying to butt that piece of pipe up to that piece of pipe, so it makes it a little tricky. Alright, see if we can't get this stitched up. I'm gonna let the welder cool. Let's see how long we've been doing this. Yeah. My little welder doesn't have a very high duty cycle, so it's like a 20 or 10%, 20%. I think it's 10%, so you can weld 2 minutes and then it has a cool for 10 minutes. Okay. I guess it depends on the setting you got it at, whatever. Anyway, we'll be back. So I got this all welded up. This one here, the one that's gonna connect to the outlet collector. Need to weld up this one off for the passenger side, coming from the collector from the manifold. We'll get this welded up and have a bunch of fun. I got some hose clamps. I mean, not hose clamps, some exhaust clamps too. I think I'm gonna put it up in the vise so it might be easier, so I don't have to worry about it dragging on the table. Makes sense, right? As I mentioned before, I'm no welder. Just one nice thing is it'll be under the truck so you won't see it. So there's that. It's always a plus. I'll let it cool down for a few minutes and then I'll kind of try to clean it up with the flap disc. See if I have any spots I missed. There's one right there, as a matter of fact. Let's let her cool down for a minute, I suppose. Need to hunt down the gaskets for the collectors to the manifolds anyway, so it'll give us time to do that. Okay, I put the down tube collectors on, and I didn't realize this before, the shift linkage was hitting them. So what I did was, if you look here, I took that arm and kind of bent it over some, and I hacked some of this off here. That arm used to have like a dog leg in it. It like kicked this way and then this way. So I just kind of bent it back away from the exhaust and it should be good. Still seems to shift. I guess I need to put a clip back in that. Okay, I won't make you watch me struggle doing that. Alright, let's finagle this in here, hopefully for the last time, you know. Probably eat those words. I'm gonna tighten up the bolts going to the collectors on the manifolds and see where it puts us. Make sure we're not bound up against anything. Do the other side. Okay, got those cinched down. Now we'll go back here again and we'll grab our hose clamps and clamp this in place. Gotta have them clamped. Old Jed, clamp it.
Listen to a story about a man named Jed.
See, we got a clamp here and then we'll have a clamp over there. All right, let me grab the cat back, I guess, the muffler. Try to get that seated up in there. This is pretty good collector, so that's why I kind of want to use it. Yeah, it's got a nice like conical shape that goes into it. We'll get that tight and then we'll figure out our exhaust hangers. So, all right, good stuff, good stuff. All the fun being had under the truck. And those are 15s, I think, of course. Alright, where do we think a good place for a hanger is? One of these cross sports. Somewhere here, usually closer to the muffler, so maybe I'll get something from there. We'll just have to look and see what we got. Just kind of look at it. So here's what I think we're gonna do. You can cut this off, right? And then to replace this here, we'll just use some of this flat strap. I think that'll be fine. Just try to get the curve. I'll clamp them in here. Okay, now we got a curve, and that will pinch it onto the exhaust a little better than I do it, but and then that will kind of emulate that piece there. So we'll cut that off and we can cut this and weld it and strap it and weld it. Run over the bench grinder real quick. Let's go back in our truck and see where we can fit this thing. All right, we're just gonna attempt to weld this beautiful exhaust hanger on frame. Let's see how this goes. There, now it's in place. It is not doing what we want it to do. All right, time to get the 220 welder out. I haven't welded with this welder a whole lot, so we'll see. I don't know if I turned the gas on. Well, that should hold on. It may look like hammered hell, but it'll hold. Yep, it'll hold. Oh, I think that might work. You know what? I think I'll flip it around and we'll come from here. You can't even see. I think I'll flip this bracket around and come from this side and clamp that way. I think that'd be better. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Just gotta cut this up, a couple tacks off. All right, let's get this burned in. Try to. I don't want to melt the drill there. Well, it's not the prettiest exhaust hanger, but it ought to do the job. Exhaust is hanging on it, so there's that. I still got to build the tailpipes and stuff like that and get more hangers for that crap, but in the meantime, let's hook up the oxygen sensors and see what it sounds like. All right, we got it started. So Here's what it sounds like. Good old 2-chamber Flowmaster noises. We just gotta finish putting some tailpipes on it. Alright, so in closing, if you want to do your own exhaust, do your own exhaust. You know, it's not the end of the world. It takes a decent amount of time whenever you're getting up and down, you know. If you have a lift, it's obviously going to be a heck of a lot easier, but that's neither here nor there. You can do it on jack stands. Shoot, I'm going to end up taking the truck to get the tailpipes put on, because I don't want to jack with trying to get it over the axle and all that stuff. So, like, you know, there is multiple times I had to pull it down and put it back up, pull it down, put it back up. But as I always say, if you're not doing it twice, you're probably not doing it right. So keep on trying and keep on working on them projects. All right, bye.